Okay, I think we are live now. Okay, hi everyone. This is Aditya Sharma. With me, I have Dr. Amit Lal. How are you doing, sir?
I'm good. I'm good. How are you guys? How everyone?
Okay, so guys, just let us know if you can hear us loud and clear. If you can see us absolutely fine, that would be great. And then we will get started in just a few minutes for another session for AI for everyone. So yeah, just let us know in the comments if you're on LinkedIn or on YouTube. We'll quickly check it on our end and we'll take it from there. In the meantime, let's start with the quick introduction. So I am currently based out of San Francisco Bay Area. Amit, where are you located?
I'm located in Toronto right now, in Canada.
Okay, guys, you can let us know your current location in the chat box, and
I'm
also
not
let us
able
know.
to see the comments right now. I'm waiting for the comments.
Yep. Okay, we are live on LinkedIn. I can see on my other system.
I guess few people, guys, if you can, if you are here, you can confirm in the chat box. Audio, video, everything all good. Today we are going to have a very interesting session, and I'm personally excited for it because I also have no idea about it. So this is going to be okay. So Kanav is saying, "Hey guys, all good."
Okay. Is there anyone on YouTube who can confirm if they can see the session live? Okay. Yep. Okay. So we are live on YouTube as well. Got it. Got it. So, guys, and please take a few minutes to quickly share, like this event, and repost it so that others can also join it and be a part of this learning session. Uh, and guys, let us know if you are here for the first time or if you're a repeat user. Uh, just let us know in the chat box.
So
First time.
Kanav is joining from Austin. I already know Dr. Shuki. Dr. Shuki do personally messaged me also. Is joining in from Bangkok. Dr. Shuki, thank you for your best wishes. I'm feeling much better now, and hopefully I'll share the PDF. So last time I was not able to share the PDF, that prompt one, right? So I have a lot of messages in my inbox, but I'll be sharing in this week with everyone.
Absolutely. Okay, so those who are on YouTube, if you can also let us know. And guys, as I said, we are doing this AI for everyone movement so that everyone, people who come from tech and non-tech background, everybody can learn AI. So please share it, invite others. The more people we have, the better it will be for us. We can certainly have more and more knowledgeable people with us who will be able to share more of their learnings. We will be able to invite some of the very prominent CEOs in our these live learning sessions. So please take a moment and invite others, and then we'll get started shortly. Okay. So, in the meantime, let us know, guys, what job role you are in. Like if you are a software developer, business analyst, sales, marketing, operations. So, let us know what is your job role, and that will help us understand what category you belong to, and we'll be able to customize our future sessions accordingly.
Okay, and I would also like to today what we were discussing, Aditya. Remember, so I also like to know that what is the biggest pain point you have right now in whatever role you are doing. Uh, I guess if you can let us know in the comment section that okay, this is because we know that now AI is here and everybody is using it, but still with AI or even after AI, what is the biggest pain point or what things you still feel that okay, this is very monotonous for me or I have to do it repetitively.
Yeah, because a lot of people, when we talk to them and we simply ask, okay, what is your pain point or what type of AI tools do you use? Like 90% times I get the answer ChatGPT, or if you're a developer, people say Cursor or Cloud Code. There's
Yes.
literally no third tool that I've heard from anyone.
I recently came to know that there is a website which
Hmm.
actually lists I'm not remembering the URL right now, but I'll let you know that it lists the like top 50 AI tools which are like unknown to people. And
Really?
based on the viewer choice, like viewers rate over there on that website, and based on that viewer choice, there is always top 10 list which is available for you, and all those top 10 I was never heard about it. Not a
Okay.
single. I have to search my like history because I'm not forgetting that it has a big URL. So I'll share it. So I found it really exciting that they have made a website just for the rating of AI tools
Hmm.
from the viewers.
Yep. No, I think that is super exciting. That is certainly very exciting. Dr. Shuki, there's too many news. Okay, yeah. So I
Yeah.
mean, actually, there is a lot of news in AI. For that, Dr. Shuki, I've started a newsletter, a weekly newsletter where we cover very specific AI news, like some of the top 10 AI news, uh, AI tool of the week, AI agent of the week, and the AI podcast of the week. So you can start following that. You can simply go to my LinkedIn profile and you'll find it over there. But yeah, you're absolutely right. There is just too many news, a lot of AI tools coming up every single day. Okay, I think we can get started. Just let's wait for 2, 3 more minutes, guys, and allow everyone else to join, and then we will get started. Any also, guys, would love to know what is your job role, right? Some of you have shared, like I can see Kanav is a software developer. If you can let us know what is your job role, that would be really, really amazing.
Dr. Shuki, I also face the same problem. Too many tools and too many news. I guess too many tools. I would definitely agree that there are too many tools, and why there are too many tools, I give you the reason also for that. So earlier only bigger companies used to launch AI tools, right?
Hmm.
But now with the power of AI, even an individual can launch an complete application or a complete tool, right? And I guess 2 weeks ago when I was training one of the web applications, so some of in the comment section some people said that if you are building such applications, why didn't you commercialize it, why don't you sell it? So I took your idea seriously, to be very honest, and I built an application, and it's live now. So we are running on a subscription model, so sold some subscription also. So maybe in a upcoming session I'll show you what I have built. But so that's the reason why there are so many AI tools now, because even an individual can develop. And I there is no, I would say that very soon you will see less number of people and more number of AI agents and AI tools. That is what happened with Android applications also, right? It blasted like anything because everybody was able to develop an Android application.
Hmm.
Somebody's in product management, somebody's from data science, using AI to automate a lot of tasks and save a lot of time and acquired skill. Yes, absolutely, Muskan. I guess everybody who has a good understanding of AI, they are definitely using at personal level and trying to automate their own task.
Kanav says, why do we need so many tools when ChatGPT can almost do everything, especially with it onboarding to become an agent? So, Kanav, like ChatGPT is has capabilities related to very general things, but when you want expertise on a particular matter, then you have to fine tune that LLM. It can be a ChatGPT, it can be Llama, it can be Gemini. So when individuals or companies fine tune a particular LLM for one specific use case, then it becomes really, really good in that. So one example is Lovable, Cursor, Windsurf. They are just fine tuned versions of a large language model like ChatGPT, and they're used to build websites, right? Similarly, Gamma is fine-tuned version of ChatGPT to create PowerPoints, right? If you create PowerPoint from ChatGPT, the quality won't be as good as Gamma, right? So that's why we people incline toward very specific tools.
And I guess ChatGPT is also slow in this race of AI agents. Uh,
Hmm.
So on that part, even though they came up with their own tool, but as compared to what is available in the market right now, ChatGPT is far behind. And I would say that Gemini has took a very good lead in last 1 month, I would say, by coming up with Nano Banana and then coming up with Vibe Coding or Google AI Studio. So they have been continuously. And uh, what I'll say about Gemini, that they came late, but they came better. That is what I would say, uh, uh, and that is helping a lot of people now.
Yeah, I mean, if you've seen this recent podcast of Elon Musk with Nikhil Kamath, and there Elon Musk clearly said that Google seems to be one of the biggest player in AI in the future. Although OpenAI came before Google, but the way Google is coming up with more and more tools, it is certainly going to be one of the prominent players.
And Google has a biggest benefit of their own, or like existing customers, right? So for them, integrating an AI into Gmail, or integrating an AI into Chrome, or integrating into Maps, uh, it would be much easier for them, because then consumer doesn't has to go, or user doesn't has to go to a new application, and they can use it on already what kind of ecosystem they are using it, right? So it would be easier for them to, they just need a decent amount of a good tool, I would say. Even if it is not a great tool, if it is a decent amount of a good tool, people will be using it.
Absolutely. Okay, so we can get started with today's session. So, guys, today we are going to talk about private LLMs. Okay, so today's session is all about what is private LLM, why private LLM is required, what is the risk of using ChatGPT. Everybody here on this call must be using ChatGPT in one or the other way, right? But there are a lot of risk associated with it, either using it as personally in a personal way, or using it for your profession, like in your job. And that's where I we came across like some of the cases where people unknowingly leaked their personal and professional information through ChatGPT, lost their jobs, and then we researched on it about 2 months ago, and we learned everything about what is private LLM, how to implement it, and then we implemented it for ourselves. And since then, I personally have been using a private LLM. I do not use ChatGPT, and that has allowed me to keep all of my data private. So it's a very, very important concept. Definitely, a lot can be covered in this concept, but in the next 25 to 30 minutes, I'll try to give you all the fundamentals related to private LLM and how you can set up your own private LLM by the end of today's session. Okay, or after today's session, you'll be able to have your own private LLM and start using that absolutely free of cost. And as we always request all of you, that the best thing that you can do for this AI for everyone movement is by posting on LinkedIn that you attended this session, what you learned, and I'll give you a sample post as well, and tagging us. Okay, so we'll talk about that later, but let's learn about how, what is private LLM and how to implement it. Okay, before I jump into showing you, okay, this is how a private LLM looks like, this is how you can implement a private LLM, I will jump into some of the theoretical concepts related to it. Okay, so that you understand the basic of it. Let me share my screen. Okay, and okay, one second. 1 minute. Okay, give me 1 second, guys. I am using a new system. So it's asking me to give me 1 minute, okay? And then I will go through this entire part. Chrome one. Mhm. This is Google Chrome. Okay. Amit sir, I'll have to, I'll drop and rejoin, okay? Really
Okay.
quick.
Okay, okay, no worries.
Okay.
Okay, so in the meanwhile, when Aditya joins back, so I can see one of the comment which says that Google has most to lose. Yes, absolutely, Google has most to lose. So there is no point, and I guess opportunities always comes with challenges only. So, uh, so there obviously AI brings a lot of opportunity, but at the same time, uh, like it's a big hustle and a challenge for companies also to implement it, because another problem which I see in the industry right now, that uh, by the time you implement any one tool, uh, there is a new tool, right, or there is a new concept coming up, so it is so fast transition that it is difficult for any company to even implement it right now.
Yep. Okay, guys. So I should be able to share my screen now.
Okay, so you can share and I'll take the backstage, okay, once you share.
Okay, well, give me 1 second. Okay. Can you see my screen now?
Yeah, it's not, it's loading up, I guess. Yes, now it's loaded. Okay,
Perfect,
so
perfect.
let me.
Okay. So, so as I said, that before we jump into how to implement a private LLM, let's understand what is the risk of using ChatGPT or any other public LLMs. Okay, and then we'll also learn about some of the minor details related to what is private LLM, what are the different type of models, what is the meaning of different parameters there. Okay, then I'll show you the platform and how you can implement your own private LLM. So to get started, first of all, there are four major risks of utilizing ChatGPT. So whenever any of us use ChatGPT, we provide our personal information. Like for example, I have personally uploaded a lot of documents, contracts, and I asked ChatGPT, can you create a summary of it, or can you identify a specific information from this document? Uh, and we don't think too much while doing that, but we are literally giving access of our data to ChatGPT or OpenAI, and they can use it in any way. Most of the time, when we use ChatGPT, we allow ChatGPT to use our data for the training purposes. So they train their model utilizing our data, and if one of our competitors search for information, there are chances that ChatGPT will give some information from the data that we have uploaded. Okay, so data exposure outside your organization, it is a big risk. Okay, a lot of times there have been cases, and I'll share some of the examples as we move forward, where people shared some of their company's data on chat gpt and they got fired because of that. So data exposure, big risk of data being used for model training. As I told you, that every time we create chat gpt account, we do not update the settings. Even if you update settings, right, they are not going to store it, but there is no guarantee that how they are going to utilize the data for for a limited time period. Okay, and the sensitive data can indirectly influence model outputs. As I told you, right, every time we upload the data, most of the time they use it for the training purposes. So if your competitor, if your colleague is searching for the information, they may get some information from the data that you have uploaded. Another risk, compliance and the regulatory violations, right? If you are in healthcare, finance, legal, government, any of these kind of companies, they have a very strong guidelines related to sharing data. So if you work in these companies, and even if you give some context to write an email to chat gpt, that is a data violation. I mean, it does not matter until it doesn't matter, but once it start impacting, it is a big deal. It is a big deal. Okay, so you have to be very careful. And you may have heard about all of these regulatory guidelines like gdpr, hipaa, soc 1, soc 2, iso 27001, pci, right? All these guidelines, their basic criteria is that you should never share customer data, or you should never share any of the data related to healthcare, finance, legal, or government entities. Okay, the fourth risk of using ChatGPT or any public LLM is data logging and retention risk. Even if you select an option that, hey, do not store my data, there is some pseudo memory where ChatGPT is stores your data. Because you can go to some of the Sam Altman's podcasts where he has clearly said that if government is gonna come to us in the future and they ask for any type of information, we are bound to provide that information, and for that purpose they have to save or and retain all kind of data that we put into ChatGPT. Okay, so these are four major risks, because of which it may impact your personal and professional data to be leaked in public. Okay, now some of the real world examples where employees expose their company data. If you search, there was a Samsung engineer, he uploaded confidential source code and it became a big news if you search for it. Another example is where an Amazon employee shared internal business plan on ChatGPT. He was creating it, and that entire business plan got leaked through ChatGPT. Uh, because of one incident, Apple restricted ChatGPT when one of the internal data exposure uh, matter happened. Okay. Another one where JP Morgan Chase blocked ChatGPT for compliance reason. There was another German company who exposed some patient and medical data. So these are some of the examples related to bigger companies. But when you talk about like small and medium sized companies, there are thousands of examples where people knowingly or unknowingly leak their personal and professional data. There are some examples where people uploaded their driver license or Aadhaar card on ChatGPT to fill some kind of application. And what they're doing is they're eventually giving their ID to a large language model, which is very risky. Okay, so these are some of the examples, right, on how using a chat GPT or a public LLM could cost you a lot in terms of data leakage. So what is the solution? We cannot stop using chat GPT. We are all now very accustomed to using chat GPT. We are like, we cannot live without it. So what is the solution? The solution is using a private LLM, using a private large language model. So you can use ChatGPT, but in your own private space. Now, what is that private space? A private LLM is an AI model that runs inside your company's secure infrastructure, that can be cloud, that can be on-prem or local machine. Yes, you're right. So I have implemented a private large language model on my laptop itself, so that even if I have internet, or even if I don't have an internet, I can still use that large language model on my machine and get an output. Okay, if I want to use a very heavier version, or if I want to use an LLM in my organization and use it with like 10 other people in my company, then I use cloud or on-prem infrastructure. I'll tell you and I'll show you some of those examples. Ensuring that no data is sent to external servers like OpenAI. Okay. Your data, what is the benefit of using private LLM? Your data stays inside your firewall. Your prompt stays private, because prompt is equally important, right? In prompt, we provide a lot of information like, hey, I'm creating this or I'm creating that, update this information, update that information. So all this is super important. Your outputs stay confidential. Okay, so private LLM, everything remain confidential in your environment. That can be your local machine and that can be your cloud infrastructure. Now, what are some self-hosted open source models? So when we create a private LLM, how do we create a private LLM? Well, you can create a private LLM by using one of the self open source models. Now, what are open source models? So, for example, ChatGPT 4, ChatGPT 5.1, they are all closed source models. That means you can only access them through their website. But there are other LLM models as well, like Mistral, Phi, Quain, Gemma, some of the Olama based models. They are open source models. That means you can download them on your system, you can make changes to it, you can fine tune them, you can run them locally on your system or on your own server. By the way, ChatGPT has also given two models. One is 20 billion parameter model, and another is another one is 120 billion parameter model that you can host in your own environment. Okay. Now, you might be thinking, okay, Aditya, what is 7 billion parameter? What is 20 billion parameter? And I used to get confused a lot. When I was, when I started implementing private LLMs, I got confused, okay, what is a 4 billion parameter model? What is a 14 billion parameter model? What is a 120 billion parameter model, or like a 70 billion parameter model? So let me explain you. Okay. So, by the way, first of all, these are some of the examples of the open source models. So, for example, there is a company called Quain from Alibaba. They have multiple open source models available, which is of like 4 billion parameters, 7 billion, up to 72 billion parameter model. Okay. From Google, there is Gemma, which is again, they provide a lot of powerful LLM model. One has like 1 trillion parameter model, which is like equally powerful, like a GPT-5. Okay. Similarly, GPT has also, there are some GPT style models, which is like Llama, as well as Chat GPT has also provided its model, which is called OSS. Okay. Now, you might be thinking, okay, Aditya, what is this 7B, right? Or 27 billion parameter, 1 billion parameter. I used to get confused a lot. So let's understand it. And it is very important to understand what are parameters, model parameters, because then you will be able to understand which private LLM that you can implement on your laptop and which one you cannot implement. Okay. So a simple explanation is that parameters equal to tiny mathematical weights inside an AI model, or you can just simply think that a 7 billion parameter model is trained, has about 7 billion weights, but a 70 billion parameter model has 70 billion weights. That means this model has a lot more information compared to 7 billion parameter model. Okay. So more parameters, that means more intelligence, more reasoning, more memory. Fewer parameters, that means they will be lighter, but they are less capable. They won't be able to do like a very complex task. They won't be able to like process images or process documents. Okay. So there are different use cases of different type of models. So it does not mean that the 7 billion parameter model will give you a wrong answer compared to 70 billion parameter model. Okay. It might be that 7 billion parameter model may not be able to solve a very complex mathematical operation, but if you just have to like fix grammar of some paragraph, or if you have to draft an email, right, or if you have to create, if you have to get some basic information, you can certainly use 7 billion or 20 billion parameter model. Okay. Now, for all these different parameter models, you cannot run all of them on your laptop. Okay. So it is very important to understand, okay, now out of these models, okay, I want to have 72 billion parameter model or 1 trillion parameter model because I want the best output and I want to run these on my laptop. Okay, so that is not possible. Why that is not possible? Because the more billion parameter model you try to install on your system, it requires the higher RAM. Okay. So here is a general understanding. If there is a 7 billion parameter model, you need to have about 8 to 16 GB of RAM in your system. If you have 13 billion parameter model, you need to have 16 to 24 GB of RAM. And if there is a 20 billion parameter, your laptop should have 32 GB RAM. Now let me show you. If I go to my laptop and I go to about this Mac, and if I click on more info, or I don't need to click on more info, but here you'll clearly see my RAM is about 16 GB. So my laptop will be able to run 7 billion and 13 billion parameter model easily, but it will have difficulty running a 20 billion parameter model, and it will nowhere be able to run a 70 billion parameter model. Okay. So what is the solution? That you attach an external GPU, or you run these higher billion parameter model on the cloud. Okay. Again, a cloud that is private just for you. I'll show you that thing. Okay. So some of my basic work is done by installing a 7 billion parameter or a 13 billion parameter model on my laptop itself. But when I want to use powerful models like 70 billion or 120 billion parameter model, or maybe a 1 trillion parameter model, then I will use my private cloud service. Okay. Now, how to use that? Let me also show you. So, uh, to implement a private LLM, there are multiple platforms available. There are multiple ways available. We can cover, I mean, we cannot cover all of them in one session right now, but at a high level, uh, the one of the like two of the topmost platforms are model.com, which is modal.com, and the second one is Olama. Okay. So in today's session, I'll show you how to use Olama to implement your private LLM. Okay. Let me now show you my private LLM that is in my system. So can you see this small icon over here? If I click on this is my private large language model, or you can say chat GPT, which is in my system. This is nothing but Olama. I have installed Olama on my system. How you install it? You simply go to Olama's website and you get an option to download here. You can download it for Mac, you can download it for Windows, you can download it for Linux. You simply click on this, it gets downloaded in your system. Once it get downloaded in your system, you will get an icon like this. When you click on it and you click on new chat, for the very first time when you will implement Olama, you will get to see a screen like this, which is very similar to chat GPT, and you can simply write your prompt over here and get a response. But one very important thing, what Olama does here is that if you click on this drop down, you will be able to see multiple large language models over here. So as you can see, there are multiple models of Queen, like 4 billion, 8 billion, 30 billion, 1.4 billion parameter models. If you scroll up, there is models from Google, which is Gemma 3, 1 billion, 4 billion, 12 billion, 27 billion. There are models from GPT, which is Chat GPT, OpenAI. GPT OS is 20 billion and 120 billion parameter model, right? Similarly, there are some cloud models available as well. I'll explain you what is the difference between cloud model. So what you do is when you install Olama, you need to download one of these large language models. So can you see this small icon over here? If you simply click on this small icon, this particular large language model will be installed in your laptop. Okay. So if I show you, you won't see a download icon here in front of Gemma 3 4 billion parameter model, because I have already installed this in my laptop. Again, it is very, very simple. Let me show you. If I have to install this Queen 3 4 billion parameter model, if I'm using for the first time, simply select this model and give any query to your LLM. So I will write hi and I will enter this. And when I enter this, it will start downloading that model in my system. So as you can see, Queen 4 billion parameter model is 2.3 GB in size, and it is now downloading in my system. Okay, you can see Queen 3 4 billion parameter model that I have over here. I simply clicked on it. I sent the first message. When you send the first message, and if the model is not already downloaded in the system, Olama will start downloading that model in your system. So now this is downloading. It is already downloaded 32% in my laptop. So you can see it doesn't take a very, very long time. Probably in the next 1 minute, this entire model will be downloaded in my system, right? And as you can see, previously I have already downloaded Gemma 3. If I scroll up, I have also downloaded GPT OS's 20 billion parameter model. If you guys remember, I showed you, let me go back to that slide again so that will help you understand that for a 7 up to like 7 or 13 billion parameter model, having a 16 GB RAM is good enough, which is my laptop RAM. So any model that is up to 7 billion or 13 billion parameter, that is my laptop will be able to run that really, really quick. But if it is a 20 billion parameter model, I need to have 32 GB RAM on my laptop, but my laptop has only 16 GB RAM. Okay, but still I downloaded GPT OS's 20 billion parameter model, so it is way beyond capacity of my laptop to run it. So I'll show you what happens when you implement or download something which is beyond capacity of your laptop. Okay, so as you can see, Queen 3-4 billion parameter model has been downloaded on my laptop, and it has started giving me response. It thought for 9.7 seconds and it gave me the output. Now let me see if I give it any question. So for example, if I say explain me what is venture capital funding, okay, a simple question. Excuse me. So when I ask a question, look, it is exactly working like ChatGPT. It has thinking capability as well. It is just a 4 billion parameter model. It is thinking. I have an option to stop this thinking option and give me like the quick output. But here I'm asking, it is doing all of its processing and it will give me the output. Okay. And the speed is equivalent to what we do on ChatGPT. Okay. So let's see what output it provides me and at what speed when it is done with its thinking. Okay, so it is doing a lot of thinking, and you can try different models over here by downloading them to see okay how they work for you, right? And whichever works best for you. If you don't want like this thinking ability, you can choose another one which doesn't have like a thinking ability. And now it is providing me the output at a very very good speed. It is equivalent to what we do on ChatGPT. Look, it is giving me all good information exactly the way we get on ChatGPT, right? So this is how I have, and you do not need to have an internet connection for this. You don't need to pay anything for this. It is now in my laptop. I can use it absolutely free of cost. Okay. So this is Queen 3 4 billion parameter model. Similarly, if I have to check Gemma 3 4 billion parameter model, which I normally use, I can take that and I can ask another question like, give me list of best sedan cars 2024. And I simply give it, and let's see how long it takes to give me the answer. Okay, just like ChatGPT, pretty fast, giving me all the responses. And I have been using these two models for, especially Gemma's model, for quite some time. For normal information search, for normal text generation, they are absolutely amazing. They are equally good to ChatGPT. Okay. Now, I also told you that I implemented a 20 billion parameter model. Let's see what happens when I select a 20 billion parameter model and ask a question. I'll ask the same question that I asked at the first time. Like, I'll simply copy this question, which is explain me what is venture capital funding. I'll paste it here. And now I'm giving this question to GPT OSS 20 billion parameter model. This GPT OSS is OpenAI's ChatGPT model, but it is an open source model. And instead of being a 1 trillion parameter model, it is a smaller model of 20 billion parameter. But my laptop is only capable, has only 16 GB RAM. So ideally, it should not be able to run this particular model smoothly on my laptop. So let's see, I'm giving the same question which I gave to Coin 3 and Gemma 3 model. Okay. So I gave the same question, explain me what is venture capital funding. Let's see how long this GPT OSS 20 billion parameter model take. Okay. Waiting. Then you'll be able to understand like how you need to choose which model is right for your laptop, for your system, and then you only implement the right one. Because you implement, if you install like a heavier model, it is actually going to slow down your system a lot. Okay. Okay, excuse me. Okay, so it's still thinking, still thinking. Let me tell you guys, when I installed a 20 billion parameter model on my 16 GB machine, the outcome is super slow. It does not mean that GPT OSS is not going to give me the response, but the response will be super slow. In this session itself, you will be able to see it will type like one word, one word. Okay. Look, it has not given me any response yet, and it will start giving response in some time, like with few words coming in. And that is all because my laptop is not capable to handle GPT OSS 20 billion parameter model. Okay, and sometime it will also hang your system. Okay, so I haven't got any response. So this is how a bigger model respond when you install it, but your system is not capable. Okay, now your question would be that, okay, Aditya, but what if I want to use a very heavy model like 20 billion parameter, or maybe 120 billion parameter model, but my laptop is not that much capable? What should I do? Here is what you should do. Then the option comes of the cloud. Okay. Olama provides you a private cloud in which you can run very, very heavy models like 20 billion or 120 billion parameter model. Okay. So here I'm going to select. So, for example, I have to use a 120 billion parameter model. I'll simply select this 120 billion parameter model. Okay. Now, because of the previous question, my Olama system has hung up and it's stuck on on that previous task. As you can see, this button is deactivated. It is not moving forward. So I'll have to restart Olama so that I can utilize it again. So I'll have to force quit it and probably will restart it. Okay. So let's see what happens. Okay. Okay, let's see. Let me try to force quit it. Okay, guys, give me 1 second. Let me see how we can quit Olama and restart it so that we can use the cloud version. Okay, we'll go to new chat. Okay. Okay, I'll share my screen again. Turn hiding on. Okay. So I think I stopped sharing my screen. Let me share my screen again. Entire screen, this, share again. Okay, you should be able to see my screen again. So because I tried to run a query and get answer from a 20 billion parameter model that I installed on my 16 GB RAM. So definitely you need to have 32 GB RAM to get an output from this. Okay. So now you must have understood, check what is the how much GB of RAM you have on your system, and then decide which parameter you should install on your laptop. But if you want to use very, very heavy models like 480 billion parameter model, I mean, this would be as good as chat GPT 5 that we use, or a 671 billion parameter model, or even 120 billion parameter model GPT OSS on cloud. All you need to do is simply select this and now give it any question. For example, explain me major programming languages and with projects and original code. I'm just giving like a sample, right? But you can also click on this plus icon to upload documents, ask it to analyze, right? And when you select a cloud model, right? When you will select it for the first time, what it will do, it will ask you to create an account on olama.com. Okay. So let me show you how it looks. You simply, it will take you to this website, olama.com, and it will ask you to create an account. I have already created an account. So that's why I'm already logged in here. And if I go on my models, not on my models, but let's see over here. So When you will select a cloud option for the very first time, it will ask you to create an account on olama.com. You will simply create your account, and over here it gives you an hourly usage as well as a weekly usage limit, which I can tell you is good enough for a general purpose user. You do not have to upgrade the plans. So for example, they have multiple plans available. If you go to billing and if you click on like upgrade, you will be able to see that there is a free version available, which I am using right now. But they have like a pro version and a max version. You will never, as a general chat gpt user, you will never need to use a pro or a max account, right? You can always stay in a free version, and I'll show you. So when you stay in free version, you can always see your daily usage over here. So there are two types of usage. One is how much you can use their cloud for free on an hourly basis, which is hourly usage, and another one is how much you can use it on a weekly basis. Okay, you can always come and see how much you have used it. Okay, so I'll go to my Olama again. I've given a query. I've selected a cloud model, which is a very, very powerful one, and I'm simply sending it. When you send a query, okay, this time using 120 billion cloud model, you can see the response. It is lightning fast from a very, very powerful model. Again, my data is not going to ChatGPT server. Olama does not store it. They do not train their model on it. They don't do anything with it. My data is stored within the cloud that I have got. It is absolutely secured, and I can come on this usage screen, click on this refresh icon, and I'll be able to see how much I have used on an hourly basis, right? So let's see, it's still generating the response, right? Still generating a response at a very fast pace. Okay, so I gave it like a query to give me all the code for all the premium languages, so it did all that. Okay, so it's done processing my request. Now I can go to Olama and simply refresh my usage screen, and you can see that my hourly usage is 2% used. After every hour it get reset to 0%, right? And on a weekly basis I've used only 0.4% of it. This is how you can use some of the powerful models within your cloud and within your laptop. Keep your data secured. And there is another way. Suppose your company is a finance or a healthcare company, and they ask you to not use chat gpt at all. You can recommend them to implement these available open source models on cloud, which is owned by your own company, and it can be easily done using this platform called model.com. This model.com gives you your own cloud infrastructure, and in just one click you can implement all of these open source models and run all your queries. Your organization of 20, 30, 100 people can use it, and you only pay like the hourly cost, which is like $3, $4 per hour. Okay, but this is how you can set up your private LLM on your laptop, or you can use this very, very powerful models on cloud using Olama's free plan. Okay, so let me run another query. It's like, what is the best way to build a SaaS product? Again, I'm using a 671 billion parameter model, which is equivalent to chat gpt 4 or 5. Okay, and when I do this, the request goes to Olama's cloud, and it starts generating response at a lightning fast speed, and you'll be able to see the response or like the usage over here. If you want to use a lot, then you can certainly upgrade to probably $20 per month cloud usage cost. Okay, so this is all about implementing a private LLM in your system, keeping your data secure for yourself, and keeping your employer's data secure as well, so that you don't get laid off. Okay. Okay, I hope it was helpful, guys. Let's take questions. Let me know what questions you have, how you, if you found this helpful, if you're gonna implement this in for yourself or for your company. Okay, Amit sir, you can join again if you want. Can we use Olama for AI agent instead of OpenAI? You can use Olama. I think Olama provides you the API keys, and you can utilize that API key to build AI agents as well. I've not tried it, but I've seen it a few times where people have used it for building AI agents as well. So absolutely doable. Okay, what other questions, guys, you have related to private LLM?
Oh, that was a fascinating session. Trust me, I really enjoyed it.
Would you?
I have one question. So,
Yes.
is this cloud model is also going to run without internet?
No, for cloud model, definitely you need to have an internet.
Okay, but
Cloud
the
model.
4 billion model, that is like the lowest model, that can be run without internet also.
4 billion, 8 billion, up to 8 billion parameter model, we can run on our normal system with 16 GB RAM. If you have 32 GB RAM, just check what your system RAM is, and you can run like a 20 billion parameter. 20 billion GPT OSS model is really, really good. That will do like most of the task.
Can the models on your laptop still use the tools like search?
Yes. I mean, if you are connected to internet, there are some of, again, every model has its own capability. Okay. You'll have to search, okay, which model has web search capability, which model has like document analysis or image analysis capability, and accordingly, you can install it and use them. Great session, but these LLMs being not connected to internet won't fetch the latest data, right? Yeah, I mean, if you're using without internet, definitely they won't fetch, but there are a lot of those available with internet or web search capability as well. Harshita, very insightful information, but how can you check the information is correct since it is private LLM? I mean, Harshita, it is very similar to how can you confirm whether ChatGPT is providing you the right information, right? So large language models are trained on certain information, right? Uh, Again, you can use this platform called what was that platform, Amit sir? LM Arena.
Marina, yeah.
Let me put it in the chat box for everyone. So you can go to this platform called LM Arena and you can see the rating of different LLM models. Even the open source model ratings are available there, and a lot of people have tried it. A lot of people have provided their feedback, and based on that, the ratings are available. Okay. Did we compare the output of Olama with other Chat GPT or Gemini? Are output identical or similar? So, Anand, again, Olama is not a large language model. Olama is just an interface. Okay, they are just providing access of all the open source models. So if ChatGPT OSS is available there, that means the model is still created by Chat OpenAI, right? So it is not an output coming from Olama. It is still coming from Gemma like Google, Quinn like Alibaba, or GPT like OpenAI. Okay, Amit says we'll try. Okay.
Okay, it was very useful. I found Nano Banana actually went bananas and used older iteration result for next prompt outputs. Okay, I found that the Nano Bananas actually went bananas and used older iteration result. Okay, got it. Amit is asking how these models are created.
I mean, if anybody knows how these LLM models are created, they would be a billionaire these days,
They
right?
would
Those
never be giving sessions, trust me.
I
but
mean, I literally have,
but I would say you made me curious from this question, so I'll definitely go and search that how these models are being built,
yeah.
and can we do a session or maybe a smaller session to even build a small uh,
Large language model.
yeah,
Actually, I asked founder of one company during my podcast with them. I asked that, hey, how a large language model is created, and like that is one of the most difficult thing in the world, and you need to have like really, really good mathematical knowledge to create a large language model. So, but no, I'm curious because when you go on platforms like Hugging Face, there are thousands of LLMs available after launch of ChatGPT. So I'm sure like there must it may not be like that tough.
ChatGPT has an option of not to share the data to train itself. If we select that, then it will not use your personal data.
So, Rahul, there are two things. One is ChatGPT going to use your data to train their model? And second thing is ChatGPT going to retain the data? The main question is about retention of your data. I mean, if you go to multiple podcasts, Sam Altman has never said that we do not retain your data, because some of the government guidelines says that we can come to you anytime and ask for any of the information and you have to provide it. So ChatGPT may not use your data to train your model, to train their model, but
They will
can
store your data.
definitely store it. Can there be private models? I mean, open source models, you can download them the way I downloaded in my system and you can fine tune it. I mean, we have fine tuned a lot of open source models, and once you fine tune them, they become literally your own models. So for fine tuning, you need to know Python, and you need to know some of the Python libraries to fine tune it, and then that will be your private model on whatever you want.
And I guess the next, like the business or most of the companies will in this AI space will be coming in with this idea of trading LLM or customizing LLM models. That is where the real business of AI model, like AI companies, will be coming
Yes.
from.
What business can you create out of by fine tuning a large? Because most of the YC companies these days, they're nothing but a wrapper of any large language model, or that's all they are doing. So, guys, the deck that I used today, I'll share that deck with those who write a small post, as we say every single time, write about the session on LinkedIn. And again, those who are here new and for the first time, we are on this movement AI for everyone, uh, where we plan to upskill 100,000 people with tech and non-tech background with the AI skills in the next 4 months. We are about at 990 learners at this point. If you want to become a part of this movement and help us spread word, become part of like the ambassador group for our movement, you can let us know. You can simply type in chat ambassador, and our team will reach out to you and will let you know the next steps on how you can get involved, promote future sessions, and how you can become a participant of it. A lot of you who shared your interest in previously, we shared the document with you, right? And we'll be conducting our first ambassador meet in the next 2 weeks. So stay tuned for that. But just let me know in the comments if you want to become an ambassador. And certainly write on LinkedIn about this session or what you learned. And that is going to improve your visibility. And certainly feel free to tag me and Dr. Amit, and we'll be providing you that entire deck that I used to explain you what is public LLM, risk associated with this, and what is private LLM. Okay.
And those who in the last week they attended my session and I was not able to because I was not feeling well, so I was not able to share that PDF. Uh, so I have your messages with me in my inbox, so I'll definitely going to share it with you. Okay. And anybody who wants that session, so we did one session last, who are new to this platform, we did one session and the video is also there on the YouTube, where we built an platform like AI Fiesta from Dhruv Rathi. So basically a platform that was giving you multiple like a result from multiple models like Gemini and Chat GPT, right? So one question asked and all the prompts are working. So so you can just simply write a post for us or tag us, and I'll be happy to share that prompt also. We built a very detailed prompt for it.
Okay. Guys, I'll give you a sample post that you can post on LinkedIn as well. Okay. That you can simply post on LinkedIn, tag us. I'll provide you the deck, as well as those who are interested in becoming an ambassador and being a part of this AI for everyone movement. Let us know. And guys, our next session, which is on Thursday, that is, make sure to sign up for it. Let me share the link with everyone in the chat box. So make sure to sign up for it. In that session, Dr. Amit is going to teach how you can make your laptop log in and work automatically
That
using
I
it.
guess that session will change. Yeah, and I guess that session is going to change your definition of AI agents. Because right now most of the people only think about NA10, right? And they think that okay, NA10 is, we have built an agent, but we are going to show you an interesting and amazing AI tool which I tested, which can do task in like on your behalf, and you just sit idle, or you can go even for a coffee and you can come back and you can see that all the task has been done. So don't miss that session coming up very soon on Thursday. I'm really excited about it. Uh, so I hope to see more and more people, and please invite more people to come to this session, because then only that gives a lot of motivation to us also to come up with new ideas and come up with new sessions, right? Okay, do send me a friend request, guys, if you're looking for that prompt which I built last one, and for the deck one, I guess Aditya has that, so Aditya will be able to share it with you.
Mhm. And guys, I'm sharing the LinkedIn post content as well. Just 1 second, and I will share the LinkedIn post that you can directly use. Last time I provided it, and a lot of people directly used it. So I hope this would be useful. Here is the entire LinkedIn post that you can simply copy and paste it on LinkedIn. Make sure to tag me and Dr. Amit. And guys, as a part of this AI for Everyone movement, we are going to conduct a very high quality learning session every Tuesday and Thursday on amazing AI information, right? So make sure that you are a part of this live event. And as Dr. Amit said, invite more and more and more people, because more people we have, then only we are going to make it big. And if you, as we said, if you want to be a part of this movement, I hope you have already subscribed to our YouTube channel, because that is where we are tracking the count, okay, of our learners. Here is our YouTube channel. I've added it in the chat box for everyone, those who are on LinkedIn. So, guys, here is the YouTube channel. Make sure to subscribe for it, because we keep adding new resources, new updates on our YouTube channel. And what is the count right now? Out of 100,000, we are almost about to touch our first 1,000. There are four left. We are at
Right,
996.
kindly subscribe. Let's do 1,000 in this live session only.
Yeah. So let's touch 1,000. And guys, this in this movement, we are going to bring on board some of the biggest CEOs of AI companies here in the Bay Area. I will bring some of the best CEOs in this live session, but definitely we need your support to have more and more people in this live session.
And I've shared my LinkedIn profile also in the chat box, so you can use that if you are sending any message to me. Otherwise, I'm waiting. So we are 997 now. Three more to go.
Three more people,
Before
guys.
we, before
Let's
we
see.
wrap up, guys, let's have like a celebration here only for the 1,000 subscribers. And we started. When did we started,
We
Aditya? When
started
we
2 weeks ago. Three
Yeah,
weeks ago.
three
This
weeks
is
ago.
our
Yes,
seventh day. 3 weeks ago.
3 weeks ago. Yes. So we started this channel 3 weeks ago, and we started posting videos, and now we are posting our live sessions, and we are on a move. We're expecting to train like 100,000 people in next 4 months. That's our goal. I know we are very very slow. It seems to be a very very long path, but I trust my people around me and who are coming to these sessions, because of their support only we can do that, right? So if you can just uh, like post about these events so that more people will be able to know it, and then they can join these sessions, that would be great.
So, guys, we are at 997. Three more people.
No,
If you
we are at 998 now. Two more to go.
okay, let's do these two more, and we are
999, one more to go. Okay, so only one subscriber we need. Let's say who subscribes it. You can let us.
who's our 1,000 learner?
Who
1,000.
is our? We will remember his name because he will be 1,000 if we write in the comment section that I have subscribed it right now.
And guys, I've provided the LinkedIn post content again. Somebody asked for the LinkedIn post content, right? So I've provided. that what you learned in this session, right? And so you can directly tag me and Dr. Amit, and I'll send you the PowerPoint that I used for the session. Still one person
Still
who's
one
got
to go.
1,000 subscriber.
Okay, still waiting for that one person, right? Sometimes, like, I don't think so that it is going to complete in this one session. We seems to be run out in 99.
Guys, anyone who's left, there is YouTube channel link. We are 1,000 learner, and our objective is to reach 100,000 learner in 4 months. Uh, let's see how we make it happen.
Okay.
Okay, who's our 1,000 subscriber or who's our 1,000 learner? And by the way, guys, did you actually learn something from this session? Amit sir, are you going to implement your own private LLM?
Yes, I'm going to definitely try it out. And I have to first check how much RAM I have on my system. That's the first question.
I'll also find out how what type of GPUs that people can use. If they have low RAM and they can buy a GPU, say $200, $400, plug it into their laptop and increase their laptop capability. Is there anything like that available to run these models? And I'm sure there must be GPUs like that. And that will also give us a good knowledge. So we'll do one session on GPU learning as well. What is GPU related to all this?
I
We
also wanted to ask people that look, most of the sessions which we do right now is practical sessions, right?
Yep.
But we are planning to do some theoretical sessions also, because not everybody is like, they people want to learn theory also, right? At the end of the day, theory is also important. That uh, for example, what are the different types of RAG agents we have, what are the different types of nodes we use on n10, right? Those are not like, those are practical sessions, but at the end of the day they require some theoretical understanding as well. So do let me know in the comment section, guys, if you are interested in those kind of sessions also. We'll be happy to come up with those sessions. So some theory sessions, some practical session, it will become more like a blended classroom.
Yep. Yep.
uh, and maybe down the road, me and Aditya will be running an AI university.
Absolutely. So guys, the objective is
Oh,
that
we got it. Thousand. We're done it. 1,000.
okay, awesome.
Let me take the screenshot, guys, for this one.
This is amazing. Yes.
And this, yeah. So finally, we made it to 1,000.
We made it
And
to 1,000
hopefully, we'll make it to 10,000 very soon. And then
and 100,000.
100,000.
Guys, again, if we expand our community, if we have more and more people coming to this, we will be able to attract a lot of AI companies, their CEOs, offers for them in this live session, right? Are great trainers, right? To be coming to this live session, training us, all of us, right? Because me and Dr. Amit, we have good knowledge on AI, but certainly there's someone who knows much more than every one of us,
And
right?
I guess the one of the biggest challenge which we are facing right now, since we have limited user base, right? So whenever we reach out to companies, they might be interested, but when they look at our user base, right? So they always say that, hey, we only go to channel which has around like 100,000 followers, or maybe at least 50,000 followers. So that is, I guess, one of our pain points, and that even though we have good connections, but we are not able to attract that talent. So that's the reason why we are requesting everyone to subscribe, to post about us, bring in more people so that we can have good audience over here, and then it would be much easier to invite uh, like uh, any person who's really working on AI. Not only like what we are doing, that's just one part, but we can also learn exactly how it is being implemented in companies. And for that, our volunteers could also be the next big thing which we can do, right?
Yep.
One session from our volunteer, we can pick any one volunteer who can come up with an idea. Or why don't we like create a section where people can fill in their ideas, that okay, I want to deliver one session on
Mhm.
XYZ.
Let me have something ready on Thursday's session
Yeah.
where we can uh, take ideas from people.
And
Okay,
then
we'll take logos.
then we can invite anyone, right? Then we can invite any that person to come to this session and they can train, right? Rather than always me and Aditya training.
No, no, absolutely. So, guys, if again those who want to become an ambassador, help us promote this AI for everyone movement. please let us know in the chat box, and we will reach out to you. We will include you in everything. And every week we'll come up with amazing information, amazing knowledge of AI learning. And look here, Benedict says GPU introduction will be really helpful, because I know a lot of people have zero idea about what is GPU, and everything looks so crazy when we hear about GPUs. So we'll conduct one session on what is GPU, starting from very scratch. We'll cover every single thing, so that you understand, so that you don't look like a fool the next time you talk to someone about GPUs. Okay, and let's see if we can get some sponsors who can give us some GPU as well, that I can show you.
Yep.
Okay, awesome. Thank you
Okay.
so much, everyone. See you in Thursday's session, 6 p.m. Pacific time. Dr. Amit is going to show how to automate your laptop to do any particular task. Okay. So 6 p.m. on our YouTube channel, AI for Everyone, and we'll take it from there. Okay. Thanks, everyone. Have a
Thank
wonderful evening.
you.
Thanks, Amit sir.
Thank you. Thank you, everyone.